America is both strong and going downhill. The rest of the world is both smarter and dumber, both stronger and weaker than us. Politicians lie and tell the truth and have scandalous affairs. Idiots rule the world, while smart people fail, yet don't fail to make it better. This is Community Radio with your host, Alex Smith. On to the news. Recently, an outdoor ice skating rink has been installed on the inside of an outdoor stadium. It is projected to bring happiness to all by an extra 100% and will be selling free ice cream to children under the age of 4. Tickets for admission cost the exact change that you have in your back pocket, and if you don't have change in any of your pockets, then admission is free. Come join the outdoor ice skating rink today. And now for traffic. Normally, Farm Road 76 is a peaceful road used only by a single child and a single man with their scooters. But today, a large protest has filled the road and the ones nearby it. The only man who uses the street has started a protest in the middle of the road because the only little kid that uses the street bumped his scooter into the man's own scooter, and he believes that he has the constitutional right not to be bumped, contrary to public law stating that every child has the ability and is indeed obligated to bump people with their scooters, but only when they are going to school. The protest has risen to over 9,000 participants, and about 70 ice cream trucks have been called in to give free ice cream and other refreshments to protesters, so that the process of non-violent yet very, very loud democracy can continue until a resolution is reached. A counter-protest, led by the child, has been joined by the child's entire elementary school. More on this story as it develops. And now, the weather. Today it is 72 degrees Fahrenheit, or around 22 degrees Celsius. It is around 295 Kelvin, the same temperature when a level 2 fire spell lets a level 1 ice spell, and 666 degrees Satanic. It is always 666 degrees by Satanic measures. It is a sunny day. There are 5 fat people being sunburned at the beach, and the meteorologist says that there is a 66.6% chance of rain tomorrow by Satanic measures. The station believes that Dan the meteorologist is a demon, but no one is brave enough to confront him about it. He is literally staring into my soul at the moment, so I will move on to upcoming events. In 2 days, God will erase the next day into nothingness. No one knows why he would do such a thing, and the angels bearing the news refused a press conference, as they had important angelic duties to attend to, and so mortals were not worth speaking to at the moment. On the day after the day that will be erased into nothingness, the city council will meet to decide how to collect taxes, using methods that did not include stealing, killing, mentally traumatizing, or verbally insulting citizens. Current ideas up for the vote include income tax, previously abolished last year, replaced with stealing, killing, mentally traumatizing, or verbally insulting, and nothing else, because everyone is too lazy to consult an economist, as they all live in New York. One last notable thing, the day that is supposed to be erased into nothingness is supposedly the greatest and most sinful party day to ever occur in the history of mankind. This is presumably why God is erasing it from existence. The rest of the week should be general work, patriotism, and the occasional pizza party or barbecue at the one old man's house down the street. We have more news on the protest in progress. The protests grew to almost 1 million people on each side, but when the ice cream trucks ran out of ice cream and other refreshments, the protests went back down to just the man and the child screaming at each other. They have both taken a break, and have made official statements that both protests will resume at 4 o'clock tomorrow, after the child gets out of school. For more incentive to join either side, the man is bringing some weed, LSD, and other hallucinatory drugs, while the child is bringing candy, the child's equivalent to hallucinatory drugs. I hear that there is Tootsie Rolls coming out as well, which supposedly give you the most vivid dreams, so I am joining the kids' side. And now for a music break. Next, the mayor makes a statement about statements, and a brand new bounty board is created by the Catholic Church. All of this after a word from our sponsors. Have you ever been hungry? Of course you have. Our food will make you full in an instant and is totally not made with disgusting byproducts. Come by any fast food restaurant today. Need to fake having rabies? Gotta get out of that test? Want to do it in a delicious way? Ready Whip, the whipped cream for every scenario. Want to visit the 1800s? Rock out in the 80s? Have fun in any time in history? Come to the museum. We have portals to every possible time period. Flux capacitors for emergency time machine creation are not included, and we are not responsible for history changing as a result of patron screw-ups. Join history now. It's coming. Faster and faster. And there's no escape. What will you do? There's nowhere to run. Nowhere to hide. You look to your left. You look to your right. And there, right there, is your weapon. What is it? It's Raid! And with Raid, killing those pesky demonic cockroaches has never been easier. Buy Raid now. And back to community radio with Alex Smith. Yesterday, the mayor issuing a statement that stated, and I quote, "This statement on issuing statements is meant to clear the procedure on which one would use to issue statements in this town. This statement overrides the previous statement on issuing statements, and it will make it easier on politicians in this town to issue pointless statements similar to this statement. The new procedure on issuing such statements is that anyone can make such a statement, provided that the statement is pointless in its issuing in some way, shape, or fashion. People who wish to issue a statement that has a point must fill out the 48 forms required to issue a statement with any meaning, and have an interview with the current mayor." This is the end of the statement. The City Council is expected to vote on the statement issued by the mayor on issuing statements sometime next week. In the meantime, they are filling out the paperwork to make the statement next week about the statement about issuing statements. For clarification, I just said statement 21 times. The Catholic Church has made an announcement. They realize that after having lost the Catholic versus Hell war last year, that they have less influence on the general population as a whole, but would like to announce the creation of a Catholic bounty board. The address is www.killalldemons.com and will provide everyone interested with the opportunity to kill demons for money. They are trying to start a war by proxy against Satan after the original plan of direct holy smiting failed last year, and are offering a minimum of $100 for every demon sword collected from dead demons. Extra for lieutenant demons and demon heads, up to $200 extra. The bounty board has reportedly made many rich already, including the Ghostbusters after a slight change in technology, the US military after they stopped declaring war on Middle Eastern nations and focused their efforts, and the one old homeless guy on Main Street, who is currently looking at some property downtown to start living in. That's all for today. Join us next week for more community news. Up next, 23 hours of political ads and Beyonce. This was Community Radio with Alex Smith.